Hello, my name is Akita Akari Aurora, and this is your spirit prescription for today, October 25th, 2021. We're going to start with just shuffling the cards, and we'll be using 7 decks, and we're also going to be getting guidance from all of the elements, the earth, the water, the ethers, the wind, the fire, our center spot, as well as just some guidance for our cosmic journey that we're all currently traveling. All right. Just gonna thank Spirit for this beautiful day. It's always important to be full of gratitude, starting the day full of gratitude for what we are about to receive, as well as for what we received yesterday, right? Always to be an open channel of gratitude and thanks. All right, so that deck is shuffled. Let's just get some guidance from the earth element. Guidance from the earth element. Thank you, Spirit, for this guidance. Show us some guidance from the earth element, guidance and wisdom from the earth element, guidance and wisdom from the earth element. And we are using the crystal oracle deck for this guidance. What wisdom are we getting from the crystals? There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Moonstone, lovely. And we're about to experience a new moon on November 4th. Cycles. And the moon shows us cycles and phases. Helps us to move through different cycles and phases and portals, right? The moon shows us the beauty of illumination, light within the darkness, and also understanding that the circle has many different parts. The circle has many different parts and many different shapes, phases, stages, and we're always moving back into our wholeness. Thank you, Spirit, for the guidance. Thank you, Spirit, for this guidance. Getting guidance from the element of water. Receiving guidance from the element of water for October 25th, or whenever you intuitively find this message. Okay, getting some guidance from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for this guidance. Thank you, Lapama. Thank you, Lapama. Thank you, Lapama. Ah, sovereignty. I love it. The golden dragon of sovereignty. Love, love, love it. Okay, now let's get some more wisdom from the ethers. And we're using the 13 moon deck because of the new moon that we're approaching, as well as we're coming out of the full moon today. Today when I'm recording. Tomorrow we'll be out of it and heading into the new moon on the 4th of November. So just guidance from the ethers on guidance and wisdom coming in from the ethers. Thank you, Lapama. Thank you, Lapama, for this guidance. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for the guidance. All right. Let's see what's coming in from the ethers. How is Spirit guiding us during all of these moons that we are passing through? Moons and cycles and portals. Thank you. Focus. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that's using our crown chakra, right? Getting our crown chakras clear and into focus as we move through and transition and transmute and release and receive the clarity. Beautiful. Okay, next we're going to go into the wind. We're going to ask Spirit to send us some guidance and wisdom from the wind and from our ancestors and our angels. What guidance do we have? Thank you, Spirit. This is for October 25th, or when you intuitively find this message. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guidance. Thank you, Spirit. And Karma, thank you. Thank you, guidance. Thank you, team. Thank you, Circle of 12. The Karma. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guidance for us for October 25th from the wind, from the beautiful element of wind. Beautiful element of wind. All right. Wow, it's just the drum. I love the drum. Drum, 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 drumming of our hearts. Transformation. Speaking through our hearts. Dreams and journeys. And guidance from the fire. Guidance from the element of fire. That always stands for more transformation, light, change, creation. Let's see, and this is the chakra deck. We're using the chakra deck to see what chakras you need to look at, focus on. Maybe see what moments we're passing through, what the universe is asking us to stand into, to accept, to release again. You know, we're always moving through a moment of transformation, a moment of receiving something new or releasing something old, or accepting and allowing just where we are, right? Let's see, the heart chakra. A lot of heart chakra symbolism coming in. Love. All right. So, let's see. Let's go to the Atlanteans. We have the divine feminine energy with the water wisdom. And we're going to use the divine masculine energy with this Atlantis deck. Let's see what the masculine energy is bringing in. Keep everything in balance, the yin and the yang. All of the elements within us and around us. The water, the fire, the wind, the ethers, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. All of it brings us into wholeness. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, guidance. Karma, thank you. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the clarity. Thank you for the direction. Thank you for the guidance. All right, let's see what's coming out here. Water. The feminine is taking over. All right, so we have this number 21. And the center card is just going to be some guidance for our cosmic journey again. And if you do journaling, which is always good to do, I'll give you something to journal about today. We are on this beautiful path of ascension, which is just expanding our hearts, expanding our consciousness, and accepting ourselves as we are, accepting others as they are, bringing in more unity, harmony, balance, peace into our world and into the world for all of humanity, right? We're all on the journey, all on the journey. And some advice is deliver your greatest gift to the world. So it's time for all of us to shine. All right, so let's look at all of it together and let's come together with a cohesive message. Let's pull it all together. So we have the moon. We have the beautiful wisdom of the moonstone. And again, the moonstone and the moon shows us the different cycles in life. Right now, we're under the full moon, but we're moving into a new moon on the 4th. Between the new moon and the full moon and the new moon, we'll go through a waxing and a waning and a quarter. We'll go through all these different phases, right? So as we connect ourselves with all of the elements of the earth, we realize how everything that is within us is also around us. So just as the moon has different phases and cycles, so do we. And good way to understand the phases and cycles that you are going through is to really commune and connect with the essence and the energy of the moon, and understanding that and letting that moonlight, remember the moon is the light at night. So allowing that guiding light in the darkness of yourself or that illuminating light within the darkness of yourself, allowing that to help you to come into the full moon status as well as the new moons. We go through many, many moons, something I like to write about a lot, that we go through. We have lived many, many moons, meaning we have lived through many, many cycles and transformations and shifts of ourselves, right? All coming into wholeness, all coming into wholeness, right? So that's the wisdom from the earth, to accept the different cycles that we are in, and we are moving through a lot of cycles very quickly. um it's not like, okay, I went through this cycle for the last 2 years and now I'm going no, these cycles are moving through the months, through the days, through the weeks. So we have to keep up because time is speeding up. I can feel it. I'm sure you guys can feel it. And then we go into sovereignty, the golden egg, the golden dragon of sovereignty. And what really is sovereignty? Sovereignty is being free, having that freedom, the freedom of unconditional love beyond attachments, doing what we love to do, being who we love to be, not necessarily looking at the outcome, but just staying in the sovereignty of the now moment, enjoying ourselves now, enjoying the day. We can even look at it as in a past, present, future. Sometimes we are stuck in the past. Sometimes we are focusing so much into the future and we're losing the blessing and the beauty and the magic of the now. So a way to stay unattached and to stay sovereign, another word for freedom, is just to be in the now of everything and allow your energy, allow your consciousness, allow your mind, your soul to just be in the now of everything, as opposed to pushing too forward to the future, or pushing too far back, or looking too far back into the past. And the message for the card is the right to choose and immunity to hooks. That's the unattachment, meaning the relationships, the habits, the friendships, the thoughts, the choices that we've even made in the past. We don't have to carry them all the way into our our future. We can stay in the now of it and decide in the now what's good for me right now in terms of having the right to choose. Are we making decisions because we feel free and empowered in the now, or are we making decisions because we feel fearful of the future, or fearful of a now, or even fearful of some choices that we made in the past, you know? So are we really being sovereign in our choices and how we decide our day to day? Are we showing that we are sovereign, or are we showing that we are enslaved? That would be the opposite of sovereignty, would be to be enslaved, right? So we have to be very aware and conscious that the decisions that we're making for ourselves for today, and even some of the decisions that we are making for ourselves today looking into the future, are based on sovereignty, having the right to choose and not being attached to anything, rather than based on past decisions, past attachments, fear, and just not willing to let go of what we've had before. Stepping into the known, or stepping away from the known and really embracing the unknown, and not being afraid of the unknown. Releasing, being sovereign enough to walk away from the known, and being sovereign enough to walk into the unknown without those attachments, knowing, hey, I do have the right and the power and the freedom to choose. Okay, so that's the wisdom from the water, and we have double wisdom from the water. So it'll be interesting to see what that water card is from the Atlanteans. And now from the ethers, how is the spirit? How are the different spirits that we are around? How are they informing us? And they're asking us to focus, to really come into clarity and to focus. Let's see what else. Oh, it's upside down. Sorry. Focus upside down. But that's interesting because I've just gotten a journal. I buy a new journal every couple of months, and I was writing in it upside down, and I was like, well, that's actually fitting because as we're learning so much stuff in this new earth, it's like what we thought was like this is really like this. Really, what we thought was standing up is really turning upside down, and the stuff that we thought is upside down, we have to give it a new look and realize, hey, let me give it a new look. So it's interesting. So as we focus and refocus, some of the stuff that we thought was standing up is really going to turn upside down. And a lot of the stuff that we thought was upside down is going to be ending up upright, right? So just take a look into that as we look into the future. As we experience the future, you might come into that knowing yourself. A lot of the things that we were thinking like this going to end up like this. All right. So focus. It says to focus, to amplify, to activate, and transform. And yeah, like I said, when we're going through this transformation, when we're activating, we're going through, passing through. We just came out of the 1010. We're heading into the 1111 portal. So we're going through these points of activation and these points of transformation. And when we are doing that, it's so important for us to really be aware of what we're going through and see what we are releasing and acknowledge what we are releasing and acknowledge what we are receiving and acknowledge and see where we are, what cycles have been completed, what cycles are we starting? And on the focus side, okay, so with all of that knowledge, I see what cycle is ending. I see what cycle is beginning. What do I want to seed in this new cycle? And that's where the focus comes in. So we can really go internally, have this um, clarity within ourselves, and then plant our new seeds. So that's why we have to be aware of the different cycles that we're moving through. Are we at a full moon? Are we at a new moon? Are we at a quarter? Are we waxing? Are we waning? And if you don't, if you haven't, we're learning so many different things about the world and about ourselves. If you've never really grounded yourself with the moon and the moon cycles, it would be a good time to, start that. It's always a good season to learn something new. So learning about how the universe actually works around you and communing with it and connecting who you are with that universe around you can be very, very powerful, very, very powerful, because then you start to see the world through your lens as opposed to the lens that somebody else might be experiencing the world in, right? It becomes much more personal for you, right? So focus as we magnify, as we amplify, as we activate, as we transform, the more focus that we really are giving ourselves, the more empowered we are, right? The more empowered we become it. And that's the whole point of life, to explore and to become whole. And in that becoming whole, to empower ourselves, to evolve or revolve, that scientific evolutionary question. Are we evolving or are we just revolving? Even if we say we're revolving, right, we're coming back to something that we were. And if we started as love and wholeness, well, hey, it's not such a bad idea, right? But we skipped a card. The wind is giving us the drum, right? And the drum sends us on a journey. The drum is how we communicated, how some ancient civilizations communicated. And when I see the drum, I always think about our heart, moving to the drum beats of our heart and allowing that rhythm of our purity, of our wholeness, of our essence to really guide us, through these different journeys that we're going through, right? So the beat, the rhythm, the music, finding your own music, understanding, and calendar. The spirit is just giving me calendar, 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 because what we're seeing or what we're coming into is we're really moving um into a new calendar of life. Um, we've gone through different ages where they changed the calendar. And really, if we're focusing on the drumbeat inside of us as well as outside of us, the calendar is changing. We're at this unprecedented, pivotal time in humanity, and the calendar, the drum that we move to. The calendars of life are really how we look at our days. That, in essence, is the drum, the beat, the rhythm that we move to. So that is changing. It's important to find your own calendar, right? Create your own calendar. Look at how you are journeying through your life and your creation story and see what cycle you're at. Focus on these things. Focus on your cycles. Focus on your calendar. Focus on your journey. Focus on your sovereignty. Focus on your choices. Focus on the fact that you have the right to choose. You know, Again, focus on the different cycles that you're moving through and look how those cycles are in coordination or maybe even not in coordination with the world around you. And as we're focusing, we can always seed these new things into our hearts, from our hearts, on how we really want to live, how we want to come into wholeness, how we want to love, right? And love can be love is so expansive. How do we want to love ourselves? How do we want to love? How do we want to be loved? How do we want to show and express our love to others and for ourselves and for our communities, for our families, for our jobs, for our passions for life? So deeply looking at love and how love plays a role in your life. That's the time. And let's go into the center one. Water. Let's look at the second message of water from the Atlantis deck. And what is the water saying? The water is saying that the citizens of Golden Atlantis were aware that water washes, hydrates, and is a cosmic cleanser, which purifies people at the cellular level. They knew that flowing water soothes emotions, opens up spiritual and psychic potential, and that its force can be harnessed to change situations. So they placed fountains in every temple and swam in rivers or picnicked by lakes whenever possible. Most of all, they liked to sit and contemplate where they could hear the sound of running water. Purification is the message. Your guidance is to spend time today near water, preferably by a river, a lake, or the sea, or in a bath or shower. As you immerse yourself in the cosmic energy, sense it purifying each cell of your body. If you cannot physically be in or near water, visualize it. Use water for deep inner and outer cleansing. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the center card just says, deliver your greatest gift to the world. And if you notice what's around it, it's surrounded with water, right? Allowing the energy of water, the purification, the wisdom. Oh, that could be sky and water combined, right? Could be sky, could be water, could be crystals, could be everything. Just that energy, right? Of delivering. Well, delivering. How do we deliver? We use movement, right? The movement of wind, the movement of water. We deliver our gifts to the world, even through the air, through communication. We express through our words. So finding a way to really come into wholeness with all of the elements within us, the earth, the water, the ether, the wind, the fire, our center, right? Our center space, our kingdom within, and to use that platform of water. And the body is full of water, right? We're 70% water, right? So allowing all that is within us to then give our gift to the world, gathering all that is within us, all of the elements, to come into a center place of wholeness and deliver the gifts to the world. So that is your message. I hope it serves you as much as it serves me for October 25th. Thank you so much. This is your spirit prescription. Have a lovely day.